Okay, so we are diving into AI agents as NFTs. You sent over some really interesting information about Iki AI Labs XYZ. I have to say, I'm kind of surprised more people aren't already talking about this.
It's interesting how Iki Labs XYZ is really kind of bringing together like NFTs AI that learns and adapts with the Web3 ideals of like digital ownership.
It's like they saw the roadblocks and just decided to build a whole new road. The material mentions limitations of traditional AI, which really got me thinking. For someone in Web3, why even bother with AI agents? What's the need?
Well, right now, most AI is like, I don't know, a black box. You
Yeah.
put data in and you get an answer out, but you have no idea what's going on in the background. And transparency is a huge part of Web3. Also cost. Building AI models from scratch is not cheap.
That really goes against everything Web3 stands for.
Yeah. Imagine like trying to use DeFi and your AI is just eating gas fees like crazy. Or even worse, imagine needing to figure out why an AI made a risky trade on your behalf.
That totally defeats the purpose of decentralization.
Exactly.
Okay, so traditional AI is too expensive, too opaque, and frankly too centralized. But where do AI agents as NFTs fit into this? It seems like the source material really wants to hammer home this idea, and I'll admit, it's got me curious. What's the big deal about owning an AI, especially as an NFT?
It's all about owning your AI, not just renting it. Now most people are interacting with AI on platforms they don't have any control over.
Mm.
So an AI agent as an NFT would be like having this specialized digital assistant that you own outright.
Hmm.
So if you needed to analyze a smart contract, boom, it's done. If you wanted to check out like a new corner of the metaverse and report back, it's done. It's about having ownership and control with your AI, just like you would with any other NFT.
And because it's an NFT, you could theoretically like sell it, trade it, maybe even rent it out. I mean, we see that with digital art, but an AI that can actually do things, that just seems different.
Exactly. It's like, okay, you own a Picasso painting, right? But now imagine you own a Picasso that can paint you a new masterpiece every single week. So suddenly you're not just appreciating the value you have, you're generating new value.
Okay, that's an amazing way to put it. So how does Ikigai Labs actually do this? They mention all this cutting edge stuff, and honestly, I don't even know where to start. For example, Hume AI for emotional voice interaction. That sounds like something straight out of a movie. What is that?
So Hume AI basically gives AI, I don't know, emotional intelligence. Like it can read your tone of voice, your inflections, even like when you hesitate and respond accordingly, basically making interacting with your AI more natural.
So we're not just like giving orders to an AI, it can actually understand if we're stressed or excited, like about the market or something.
Yeah. Yes. Like imagine instead of getting like a robotic readout of like why the market is down, you get a calm, data-driven analysis.
Mm.
Or imagine your AI agent picks up on the fact that you're excited about something and then starts proactively researching potential like investments based on your risk tolerance.
Mm.
Like that's the potential here. AI working with you, not just for you.
Okay, that's wild.
Yeah.
What about this mem0.ai thing? The source material mentions something called persistent memory.
Yeah, so mem0.ai is basically giving your AI a memory. Every interaction, every piece of data it analyzes, even like your conversations, it remembers it all.
So it's not just going to forget everything I told it before, like it'll remember my investment goals or my risk tolerance.
It's all about building a personalized relationship with your AI agent. It's the difference between getting like generic financial advice and having an advisor who knows everything about you and your portfolio.
Mhm.
And the thing is, this personalized memory, it's all built on like open source models like LMA. So we can learn and grow with the entire open source community.
Yeah, that's always been the best part of open source. It's like instead of learning from just one textbook, you have access to this huge library of constantly evolving knowledge. But let's get a little more technical. EKJI Labs XYZ mentions this thing called chain of thought reasoning. And honestly, that sounds a bit over my head.
It's actually pretty simple. Imagine asking your AI to audit a smart contract. So instead of it just being like, yep, it's good, or nope, it's busted, with this chain of thought thing,
Yeah.
it can actually like walk you through its thought process. Like as if it were saying, okay, so on line 42, I see like a potential reentrancy vulnerability because these two functions are interacting in a way that could let someone drain funds.
Well, hold on. So it's not just telling me there's a problem, it's showing me the exact line of code and telling me why it's a
Yeah.
problem. That is huge for anyone who's building in DeFi where like one mistake can cost you
For
millions.
sure. And that's what transforms these AI agents from just like simple tools into actual collaborators.
Yeah.
They don't just give you the answer, they teach you how to think like an expert.
Okay, that is really cool. So we've got AI with emotional intelligence, a memory, and it can actually explain its thought process. I mean, this is way beyond anything I've ever seen before. So what does this look like in the real world? Because the source material mentions some pretty wild use cases.
Oh yeah, there are tons of possibilities. So let's say DeFi, for example. Imagine waking up in the morning, checking your phone, and you ask your AI agent, hey, what happened while I was sleeping? And it gives you a complete personalized rundown of like the markets, points out anything suspicious happening in your portfolio, maybe even finds you a couple arbitrage opportunities based on your risk tolerance.
That's like having a whole team of analysts working for you around the clock, except you don't have to pay them.
Exactly. And it's not just about making money. Imagine you're going to a DAO meeting and your AI agent has already like read through all the proposals, cross-referenced them with like the DAO's entire history, and maybe even predicted how certain members are going to vote based on their on-chain activity. So you're not just participating in the DAO, you're actually like in the driver's seat.
It's like going from playing checkers to like 3D chess or something. You've got this AI agent giving you all the best moves.
Exactly. And that's not all. Imagine using your AI agent to help you with like creative stuff. Let's say you want to write a sci-fi short story with like a cyberpunk vibe. Boom. Your AI can help you come up with a plot, write descriptions, maybe even suggest soundtracks for if you want to make it into an audiobook.
Hold up. I can go from being a DeFi expert to like a best-selling author, all with the help of my AI. Where do I sign up? But let's be real for a second. This all sounds amazing, but it also seems a little too good to be true. Are there any downsides? There have to be at least some challenges mentioned in the material, right?
Of course. I mean, nothing is perfect,
Right.
right? Security is obviously a huge one. If your AI agent is managing your money, it's going to be a target.
Mm-hmm.
But Ikigai Labs seems to know this. They talk a lot about using like a decentralized system and strong encryption. But what will be interesting to see is how they're going to stop things like social engineering attacks, where someone tries to trick your AI into doing something stupid.
Yeah, it's almost like you need to teach your AI how to be street smart, but in the digital world.
Right. And they'll also need to make sure that these AI agents can't be easily copied or faked, especially if they're being traded as NFTs. So a really good system for making sure they're authentic is going to be super important.
For sure. You don't want to buy a fake Rolex from some shady dude.
Exactly. And then there's the question of like, okay, if these AI agents are as good as they say and can potentially make you money, how do we make sure everyone has a fair chance at owning one?
Yeah, we don't want to end up in a world where only rich people can afford these things.
For sure. And Ikigai Labs mentions this XYZ token and how they want to build an entire marketplace around these AI agents. But how that's actually going to work, well, we'll have to see.
Speaking of this XYZ token, the source material really seems to think it's a big deal. But to be honest, that's the part I understand the least. They keep mentioning like tokenized LLMs and an AI economy. Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, so basically they want to take these LLMs, which are like the foundation of AI agents, and turn them into tradable assets using the blockchain. And this XYZ token would be like the main currency for this whole AI economy.
So instead of buying an AI agent from like a company, I could just buy it directly from the developer. Maybe even like own a piece of the code as an NFT.
Exactly. And because it's all on the blockchain, everything is totally transparent. You know, you can see who built an AI agent, how well it's performed, how much it's been sold for. It's like having a history report for your AI, but it's global and decentralized.
Okay, that makes sense. So what would this like AI economy actually look like?
Okay, so imagine like a giant online marketplace, but it's just for AI agents. Developers can list their agents and people can look through them, compare features, read reviews from other users, and then buy the AI that they want using XYZ tokens. But here's the really cool part. Developers could program their AIs to actually earn money.
Wait, are you saying my AI could be making money for me while I'm like asleep? How would that even work?
Let's say your AI is really good at analyzing smart contracts. Someone who's building a new DeFi protocol could basically hire your AI for like a fee to check their code. And because you own the AI, you get a cut of the money, which is paid in XYZ tokens. So it's kind of like renting out your house on Airbnb, except instead of house, it's your AI.
Okay, so not only could I own a piece of this new AI tech, but it could make me money. This is pretty mind-blowing stuff.
Right. And because it's all decentralized, there's no middleman. So developers get to keep more of the money they make, and users can get AI that's actually affordable.
It sounds like Iki AI Labs XYZ has put a lot of thought into this. It's more than just building AI, it's building a whole new economy around it. So after learning all this, do you think they're really onto something here?
Honestly, I think this can be huge. This combination of AI, NFTs,
Yeah.
and these decentralized marketplaces is completely new territory. There's always a risk, of course.
Yeah.
But the potential is just massive. They can actually make it work. They can build a platform for owning and using AI agents that people can trust. It could totally change how we use technology.
It's like we're looking at the start of a brand new internet, but this time it's powered by AI. And if these AI agents are as good as they say, it's not just about how we use technology, it's about how we live our lives, how we work, how we even make things. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on this.
Me too. This is just the beginning.
All right, everyone, there you had it. AI agents as NFTs. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed or confused, that's a good thing. It means you're starting to understand just how big this could be. As for what happens next, well, that's up to all of us. So keep researching, keep asking questions, and most importantly, keep an open mind. Thanks for coming on this journey with us, and we'll see you next time.